Columbia University has caved to the demands of the Trump administration to restore $400 million in federal funding that was yanked over antisemitism on campus, according to a report Friday. The Morningside Heights University, which had become the epicenter of violent anti-Israel protests, agreed to implement a mask ban and put new leadership in charge of reviewing curriculum for its Middle East, South Asian, and African Studies Department and Center for Palestine Studies, The Wall Street Journal reported, citing a memo to the administration. The school will also empower 36 campus cops to arrest students. The school's interim president, Katrina Armstrong, in a letter to the school Friday, painted the submission as a progression toward making its campus a safer place for all students, but did not specifically mention its Jewish population. The way Columbia and Columbians have been portrayed is hard to reckon with. We have challenges, yes, but they do not define us, Armstrong wrote. We are a community of scholars who have deep respect for each other and our mission. We teach the brightest, most creative students in the world, and we care deeply for each and every one of them. I have every faith in our ability to overcome the greatest of challenges. We stand resilient and brilliant. The Trump administration yanked roughly $400 million in grants and contracts from the elite school back on March 7th over its failure to stamp out antisemitism on its campus. It threatened, too, to claw back billions more over the Ivy League's handling of anti-Israel protests. The threats only escalated last week when the administration released a list of 9 demands that Trump officials called a precondition for receiving any future federal cash. Giving the university a Friday deadline to comply, Columbia was instructed to enforce existing disciplinary policies, namely by punishing those responsible for the violent takeover of Hamilton Hall in April 2024 that saw dozens of masked anti-Israel rioters smashing their way inside. Meaningful discipline means expulsion or multi-year suspension, the demand stated. The Ivy League school considered its legal options in fighting Trump's demands, but decided it would be an uphill battle against the feds, a senior Columbia administrator told the Journal. Academic receiverships are a rare meant to fix a dysfunctional department by putting a professor or administrator outside the department in charge. The change means Suleiman Kachani will be replaced from the role. The new senior vice provost will oversee class leadership and the curriculum to ensure the educational offerings are comprehensive and balanced, Columbia stated. Columbia, however, stopped short at prohibiting protests altogether inside academic buildings or places where academic activities take place, saying that they are generally not acceptable because of the likelihood of disrupting academic activities. The $400 million in pulled grants amounted to roughly 8% of the university's U.S. taxpayer funding. At the time, Brian Cohen, executive director of Columbia and Barnard's Hillel chapter, said he hoped it would serve as a wake-up call to administrators.